Alright, D7 video, take 33. Oh my, the dawn of a new day, and I'll tell you what, there is a very good chance that there's going to be a rage coming on today. I can just feel it building right now. There's just nothing better than having your camera setting here, and some computer from some parts unknown in this world decides it's just going to call you and keep dialing you until eventually your camera shuts down. Maybe it's just me, but I'm kind of thinking it's just not me. It just can't be me that this is happening to. So, this is where we're at here. We got this in, and this lens color is just, for some reason my camera does not respond well to colors. I don't totally get that. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even focus. There we go. So it is brighter than the D5. Doesn't seem to respond well to green at all. I don't know. Too much to think about. So that's what we got. We had to make a couple changes. It's good to watch my videos in order. So you can see the method to my madness, and that way you catch any changes that I may make, because sometimes I don't think of things, and I end up doing something stupid that seems stupid to me anyway, and have to turn around and correct it. And this was the 3 factors here that came into play. We made this 47 ohms. The first mistake was I went on an assumption, and you know what they say about assumptions. This D7 does not have 7.45 volts here. It has 8.57. So that was the first little glitch. The second little glitch, and I knew this was coming. I've been down this road many times before. Nothing really surprises me. I know it ahead of time, but I just, for some reason, end up running into it anyway. We changed this up. I used a 150 mic on the D5, and I bumped this up to 220, and I knew I was opening up a whole can of worms because I had remembered stating that there's going to be a boatload of ripple on this line. So I couldn't really anticipate just how much ripple we were going to take off of it by adding 70 mics to it. Well, it was enough to be a factor. The third factor is something really stupid that I overlooked. And I take criticism extremely well. I mean, everything's about a learning experience. It's not a matter of right or wrong. It's, did you learn something through this? And honestly, I didn't learn anything. I knew this. I just didn't apply myself well. So that is, when this thing flips off, the 25 milliamps that was coming down through here needs a place to go. So where in the heck's it going to go? It's going to dump right into this Zener diode, which opens up this whole can of worms that I'm going to rage on. You know, because that's what I have to do today. I just have to rage against the machine here. And you know, it really wasn't the Zener diode's fault. It was my fault for not thinking about it. But this NZX5B1D, 133, you know, I knew when I bought this stinking thing that it was just a bad idea, because what kind of number is this? This isn't even a damn industry standard part number. Not from the time period that I come from. So I never should have bought it. So why am I blaming that Zener, which is, I did double check it, and it's a 500 milliwatt Zener. But quite frankly, I don't trust that thing worth a hill of beans, and I shouldn't have put it in there. It's just the dumb stuff I do sometimes. You know, and I remember saying back like 2 days ago, put a 5.1 volt Zener here. It's not critical, it doesn't matter. Well, today it does matter what the hell that Zener is. And the reason being is because now we're dumping 25 milliamps more current into it than what I calculated. And that would equate to, using the 47 ohm resistor here, don't tell me this is going to be an issue today, where I can't coordinate eyes, light, camera, and all three of them at the same time. So, with a 47 ohm resistor in there, let me see if I can make out my chicken scratch here. That Zener is going to be getting 41.6 milliamps when that red LED is on, and it's going to be getting 56 milliamps. Let me just think a second. 56 milliamps when the green is on, because when this toggles off, it has to dump down through here. So you can make up your own mind about this if you were to actually use the Zener diode I used, and I know that's far-fetched, but I'm just saying, you could make up your own mind about this. Is 56 milliamps too much for that Zener? 280 milliwatts. I say it is. I frankly would not trust that thing for 100 years. But what I would trust is that 1N4733A from Motorola. So that's what we stuck in there. I'm just trying to calm down here. So that's what we did, and everything is great with that. So with our 56 in there that we actually used, that Zener's going to be getting 28 on red, and it's going to be getting somewhere around 38, 40, 42 maybe at the most with the green. And I'm completely comfortable with that to button it up, and I know I'll never have an issue with it. So those were the only two changes we made. I know I said I wasn't going to elaborate on this, and it's just one of those days. Here I go. I'm going to elaborate. When you do that LED, you know, it should be obvious from my sandpaper here. Once I got to the point of sanding that down, to the point at which the cathode was partially exposed on the side of the LED, I switched and I just sanded the front of the LED. So, just to show you what I did. Again, this is another issue. And I used 400, 600, and 800 on it. And it did turn out to be exactly what I had said prior. It turned out to be 0.89 millimeters was the sweet spot, and it went right in the panel without any fighting with it. So that's where we're at with that. So on another humorous note, which is humorous to me and I hope to everybody else, it's been 3 days since I've had any music on here, and I'm really starting to think that that's the issue. I think that's what caused this. Music kind of takes the rage out of you. So thank you for sticking with me. I did not miss anything that I'm aware of. If I did, if I make any mistakes or anything like that, I'll leave a comment or what have you. Please read the descriptions if there's any changes to be made or something. Generally they will be made in the last video, which makes sense. Follow my videos in order because I'm meticulous, and you shouldn't have any issues if you want to do this to one of your sansuis. Hang with me because I'm working on something here that could be a real breakthrough. I have no idea if this is going to fly or not, but it looks pretty positive. And that is going to be to do to this D7 what I did to the D5, replacing this LED display because it's all faded and quite frankly it's like blurry as can be. And I said I would never ever put one of those cheesy displays into another unit again. I don't know if you saw my D5 video or not. but you know, it really wasn't an ideal thing for me to do. I just wanted to do it just to see if I could do it. But with the D7 here, I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to attempt to put a tricolor display into this without a crazy amount of build. And I don't know if that's going to happen. I built one of these many years ago, and I used a boatload of high-speed comparators. It worked very well, but it took an insane amount of time. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to use Sansui's VU driver chips for this because they're linear. Anybody that programs math algorithms and compression into a power meter or VU display just really simply is just out of their mind. If you can read between the lines of what I'm trying to say to you. So we don't want to put any cheap thing like that in a sansui ever again. Appreciate you watching. Hope you learned something. Please give me a thumbs up. Have a nice day.